So, one very key thing she said there, she said a lot of key stuffs, but I took this one out. At some point, they realized they were fighting on the same camp.
Yeah.
It's them, they're not enemies, not
Yeah.
them against themselves. It's them against the world.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's bliss. So sis, did you ever get tempted to look for alternative means of having a child? Like the first 5 years, the first 10 years, 15 years, wow, 19 years. Did you ever feel like any alternative means to get a child besides God? Like you've tried God, I'm done trying God. Let me try it elsewhere.
I think when you're, do I say born again? No, I think when you're sold out to God, it's not being born again, because born again is one level. When you're sold out to God, you're sort of deaf to the world. I wouldn't say we didn't try. Not a we thing, because one thing about, we call it TTCing, trying to conceive, is that most times, initially the women, we sort of go, we start to go the journey ourselves without the men. So you go to different places, not necessarily outside God, but you start to try alternative things to medicine. Someone tells you that there's this person that gives a concussion, you're like, okay, he's not doing any evil stuff, right? Like, okay, let's go, you drink. There's this experience I had, like, that I'm alive today is a miracle.
Wow.
Yeah. Someone told me that there's this guy that he gives out, he will flush your tubes, he will wash your womb. I know that you've not been to the hospital, so you don't know what's wrong with you.
Exactly.
So you go there and you're thinking, it's a private thing. You get there, you see thousands of women, and you're like, okay, I'm not alone. This was in Enugu State. He didn't know. I woke up one morning and I got ready to go. My husband, he was like, okay, I'm on, because when you're trying to conceive, you sort of go on these binges of darkness. You're angry, you're depressed, you come out of it, you go back into it. So I was on one of those angry binges. So he dare not ask me what I was doing. Like, so I was like, okay, let me go and try. We got there, the guy was handing out concussions. Everybody's searching for the fruit of the womb. You collect your concussion, he will tell you how to drink it. You go home, you get home, you start drinking it, and then I started having reactions to it.
Wow.
And I couldn't say anything because he didn't know where I went. So I was going through diarrhea, fever. After a while, he was like, you're going to die here. Let me take you to the hospital. We got to the hospital, they were treating me, but the treatment wasn't working because I didn't say where I went. I didn't say what I drank. At a time, one of the nurses in the hospital, I'll never forget, this was rush green. The doctor left the room, she came in and said, Nina, what did you drink?